It's Heather here. Gonna go ahead and shoot today's video. In today's video, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna talk about because my mind is wrapped up about privacy and about how I feel about that. Um, Not saying that I'm trying to keep anything private, obviously. I wouldn't be doing these YouTube videos if that was the freaking case. But I like privacy. And apparently there must be some people that don't. Or I don't fucking know, man. I would like that. That would be a little piece of heaven to me. In all honesty, that's the reason I've got so mad at my damn family. That's the reason I've got so mad at neighbors. That's the reason I've got so fucking mad at people in general. Is because it's like, can I do something without you knowing about it? Can I wipe my ass without you knowing that I used the toilet? You know? Can I eat a fucking piece of pie, or a whole goddamn cake if I feel like it, or a whole bowl full of fruit without you being up my ass and fucking knowing about it? Like, why the fuck do you have to know everything? And even though I'm not saying that I'm so fucking, prioritized as a top level to people in my life that have been in my life and to my family, because I hadn't been, but when you just want to disconnect completely. You just want to disconnect completely. Like, legit, I've always had somebody in the house with me, or if not somebody, then something. By something, it's still a somebody to me, in my opinion, but I mean pets, I've always else been with family, my kid, my nieces, my pets. Like, there's always been somebody around, and it takes a lot. It takes a lot to have to deal with that constantly and never know what it's like to just actually sit the fuck alone and be the fuck alone without anybody in the damn house. Like, I mean, now, there was a few times when I was a kid, like, my parents would still be at work, my sister would be gone at her boyfriend's house, and I was like, holy shit, I got the house to myself for like an hour and a half, you know? And, like, it was the best fucking time, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I had nothing stopping me, from just relaxing, basically. Like, I could watch TV and I could eat what the fuck I wanted to, and I could do the damn dishes when I fucking felt like it, or I could even put them off and not even fucking do them and just, I mean, like, it didn't matter. I could do laundry right then if I wanted to. I could, you know, I mean, I could just, I could sit and braid my hair. I could do all this shit and everything. I could do whatever the fuck I wanted to. And, like, I miss that little bit of time that I had, or have had and everything, but not so much so that I'm going to sit here and, like, ask for God to give it to me and everything like that. Like, God gives me what he gives me, and I do the best with what the fuck he gives me. And so far, I haven't really had any damn privacy. That's even like, what is it? My kid's dad, for instance, he has up one of these, photos that he liked or whatever, and he's had it up for years. And, like, he's got a picture of one of his kids beside the photo, like it's at one of his photos. And I was like, dude, I would not have that picture beside my kid's photo on my fucking Facebook. Like, that shows the difference between me and you. But and I wouldn't even, whenever he came and got my daughter before my parents took her, and she spent the weekend with him and shit like that, and he took some photos and he, like, uploaded them. I was like, don't put them to public. I was like, that's my damn kid before it's yours. I was like, don't put those photos to public. And he's like, why? And I'm like, because it's done bad enough that your friends on your friend list, and the way that you are and the way that you go about living your life, and that they're seeing it. And then also, from his tale, my daughter's older sister was jealous that she went and spent the weekend with her dad for the first time ever in her whole entire life. And so I was just like, I was like, just keep them private. Don't put them public. And he's like, okay. And he's like, I don't understand why. And I was like, just don't. And so I brought that up to him about this other photo that he has of one of his other kids and how it's beside this other photo. And it's this picture or whatever, this saying, and it's like I like to sleep naked, or I love to sleep nude, or something like that. And I thought to myself, see, that proves right there you couldn't even been a dad if you fucking tried to have been a dad. Like, or if you did, you gonna be like, the bedroom door is always locked at night, Like, there's only two options there. Like, if you love to sleep nude, and you have children in your house, and they're your children, and they're your responsibility, and it's just you as the parents, and them as the kids, then else that damn bedroom door is fucking locked, if you're a responsible adult, or you're all just, we're all just bodies, it doesn't matter, you can look at my naked ass all the time, it's not gonna matter, because kids, especially little kids, shit like that, they wake up in the middle of the night, they're scared, they want mommy and daddy, I don't know how many times my damn daughter climbed in my bed and I didn't even fucking know it. I mean, I would wake up getting smacked in the face by her rolling over, and she's 3 sheets to the fucking wind gone, and I'm just like, damn, where the hell did she come from, And then, she'd wake up later and I'll be like, you did go to sleep in your bed last night, right? Because you do something redundant or, whatever. You do something repetitive. I don't know if redundant's the right word, but you do something repetitive over time, and it kind of all starts to blur together, and, you're sitting there every night reading the same 15 books because they're her favorite books to her, and she going to bed in her bed, and you're like, good night, baby, I love you, and you're like, okay, did she sleep in here with me? And I just forgot about it? Or did I thought I put her in her bed last night and read her, this book, like, but she's here, and you're just like, hello, and she's like, yeah, she's like, yeah, you put me in my bed, she's like, but I had a nightmare, and so I come in here and climbed into bed with you, and you're just like, oh, okay, Well, you are if you're a good parent. That's my perception. But anyways, like, I mean, that right there shows, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, God, like, the messages are getting so fuddly, so fucked up, I feel like, from the heavens, if you will, or from God, if you will. This man has 4 daughters, okay? He's a man. He has 4 daughters, okay? 4 girls. And he likes to sleep naked. And I guarantee you, probably, that, if his children would have ever lived with him, which granted, I mean, one of them did for a little while, I think. But if they would have lived with him to the point that, they're waking up in the middle of the night and shit like that, they gonna walk in on their damn dad, butt-ass naked, in the fucking bed. They gonna climb into bed and they gonna feel, like, they don't need to feel that. They little girls, they don't need to see their dad naked in the fucking bed. Like, no, But him, he don't care, And I just thought to myself whenever I seen that a long ass time ago, I thought, man, you little bitch. Like, it kind of made me mad. I was like, it must be nice to be able to sleep naked, just to even fucking experience that. Like, I can barely sleep naked like when I was married with my damn husband and we had sex and then we went to sleep after having sex, and still, like, the mom in me is still waking up, putting on fucking clothes, or waking up and just, I'm too damn tired, so I just go and lock the fucking door, And I don't know how many times, I swear to God, like, I just got in the habit. I was like, okay, God, okay. I just need to put on clothes, apparently. Because the 3 or 4 times in 2 damn years that I was like, I ain't even putting on clothes. I'm just gonna lock the door. She fine. She been asleep in her room for 5 hours now. She fine. We good. And all this. About 30, 45 minutes later, I'm sitting there. I'm drooling. I'm asleep, And I hear a little rat-a-tat-tat on the door. Mommy, I had a nightmare, Okay, give me a minute. I'll be there in a minute, And then, Mommy, can I sleep with you? You know, and then I'm like hitting him and I'm like, hey, put on some fucking clothes. You know, like, I mean, let's be real about this shit, you know, like, but anyways, I don't know, like, I was just like, dude, you know, and like, I'm not saying that I ain't never slept naked in my life or whatever, but damn, you know, for somebody to be that blatantly, like, just out there about that, for him to put that up on his Facebook and him be proud of that, that shows that he does that more frequent than anybody, and that is something that he is proud of, you know, and that's another thing too, pride and all that. But anyway, so back to him having 4 damn daughters, you know, him being a guy, him being proud that he sleeps naked most of the freaking time. I mean, that just shows that there is like a complete and total fucking interruption coming from God, source, whatever, before things hit the earth, basically. There is a complete, not all the time, but most of the time, there is a complete and total fucking interruption. You know? And instead of people getting mad at the interruption that's in between God and the earth, if you will, like say it's like a frequency level, and the frequency level is being sent out by the devil and demons, you know, and shit like that. Instead of people being mad at that, no, people getting mad at each other. And I can't say too much. I've done it too. But that's even like my ex maintenance people and then their friends that like paid some money to help my kid out, supposedly. Like they decided to pay for her birthday party for her. And I was like, I got this. We good. She gonna have a birthday cake. She got a gift, you know, like some kids don't even get that. Stop making my kid a bad person, you know, making her think she gotta have this big ass birthday party every fucking year. You know, like no, she can live, you know, with a cake and a present and be fine. And damn this phone. But I was like, no, you know, leave that shit alone and stuff. And oh my god, I'm just gonna have to unplug it. Stupid charger. But like they did that, and then they bought her school clothes, and I was like, she got school clothes, and they're like, yeah, but we don't want her to be made fun of because of the school clothes that she does have. Half of them was brand name, you know, like, you know, or at least a third of them, I'd say, you know, like how's she gonna be made fun of? Like, I hate that you're putting that negative energy onto my child. And anyway, so what I'm getting at, you know, is the interruption and all that, you know, the frequency of stuff and everything. And one of the things is like they can't have kids. And they made a comment about how my kid should have been their kid, you know? And then that's even like kids that have been born into my family. My youngest niece, for instance, my sister got pregnant with her right after I was trying to get pregnant when I was with my husband. And then literally the hair color, the eye color that my niece come out with, I had prayed for. I mean, I had flat out fucking prayed for like 3 hours. I had prayed and prayed and prayed, you know, I just broke the fuck down one night after months upon months upon months of trying to get pregnant and trying to put it all on me. He was putting all the stress on me. He wouldn't go to the damn doctor himself, you know, he wouldn't put in the work, and I was putting in the effort. And I get tired of, man, I'm so fucking tired of putting in effort on shit, and everybody else is gonna half-ass it. Everybody else won't half-ass shit. Like, that's the reason, like, I'm fine being alone. I mean, I'm sad, I'm lonely, but I'll get the fuck over it. Like, it's pitiful, you know, it makes me feel pitiful, you know, I don't fucking like it, but damn it, I deserve somebody that's gonna actually put in the fucking effort. But anyways, so that happened. Then a cousin of mine had a kid, and they just recently had their kid, and it was right around the time that I was talking to this guy, and I was like, hey, you know, can we be buddies? And he's like, yeah, you know, and I'm like, but let me tell you, I ain't on any type of anything. I ain't on no birth control. I ain't never been on birth control, you know, I don't want to be on birth control. And he's like, oh, you know, and I'm like, so it's gonna be all on you? And he's like, I don't care. He's like, if I get you pregnant, I'll help you take care of it. And I was like, what? You know, so like, you know, I mean, I used to want to have a bunch of fucking kids, you know. I used to want to have 7 children. And so that was like, you know, well, damn, I'm like 20, I was like 27, 28 at the time. This was like 2, 3, no, this was I was 26 or 27, so this has been 3 or 4 years ago. And I was just like, hell yeah, I might have me another baby, And I wanted to have all my kids before I reached 30. I'm 30 already. And I was like, oh my God, like maybe this is going to be something good, And even though it's a sinful way to go about getting it, that's what I see people doing. That's what I see people doing. Everybody that's high and mighty and all this shit, they doing some type of sinful shit. Like, legit. Like, or else I just don't know and ain't met enough people like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, legit. Because I ain't gonna sit here and act like I've met some celebrities and talked to them and shit like that. I ain't, but I've met people that are like me and they're coming up. And when they're coming up, between me and celebrity status, between that, they done some horrible ass shit. They sold some damn drugs. They prostituted themselves out. Like they done some horrible ass shit to get where the fuck they're at. And, that's like even that song, that I keep talking about, and it's like the bigger the wave, the bigger the drought, And so what it means, basically is the more shit that you put up with, the more, like if you stand in front of a fucking, like, I don't know, something horrible coming after your ass and you just fucking put up with it. You just put up with it, And you put up with this horrible ass shit, or you do this horrible ass sin, then you're gonna have greatness, So apparently, on earth, if you sit here and you go out and you become a fucking drug addict or you become a fucking prostitute, then yeah, you're gonna be fucking famous. You selling your soul, basically, And I hate to say that, but it's the God honest truth, it's the God honest truth from everything that I've fucking seen. And I ain't willing, man, if I sell my damn soul, it's gonna be because I saved somebody's fucking life. It ain't gonna be because of money or fame. I ain't gonna do it. But anyways, so, back to the signals getting messed up between here, between like heaven and earth, and like the interference, and the way that the world is just corrupt, basically, and stuff like that. I'd picked out a name in my head because I just, you get real excited when you think you're going to get something that you really want, like a kid in a candy store, basically. You're like, fuck yeah, and so I'm like, okay. And I'm like taking his last name because I want, I would want him to be part of the pregnancy, and I would want him to be there when the baby's born, and I would want him to sign the birth certificate, and I would want that child to have his last name, or at least I thought that at that point in time. So I'm like, names. And then I'm thinking of my daughter's name because I want to kind of incorporate the whole reasoning and sequence behind, my child's name and shit like that and everything, because there's a specific reason that my daughter's named what she's named. There's many, many reasons as to why she's named what she's named. And, so I thought of this name. And I was like, oh my God, that's freaking perfect, Well then, dude, he decided to back out and us not even be buddies. Like we didn't even meet up. We just talked on the phone and that was it. And I was like, you bitch, like I was pissed. I ain't even gonna lie. I was like, damn, I couldn't even fucking sin if I wanted to. Like there's some mark put upon me by God that I can't even sin if I wanted to. And then that's funny, that's ironic, because my kid got taken from me because of me being depressed and saying the things that I said. But for as far as me going out and just like doing something god awful, I couldn't even do it if I wanted to, okay? Like God is in such control of me in that level. I have such a mark put upon me by God that I can't even. Like, anytime I try to do anything that's immoral, basically, and, like, that's really fucking bad, like, immoral, like, really fucking bad, wrong, or whatever, it never happens. It never happens. The devil can't even get me if he wants me. Like, thank God for it, but dude, like, I don't get it. I don't understand why, like, but he can't even get me if he wants to. He can try all he wants to, and boy, has he tried. I know he has, but he can't even get me if he wants to, and that's even like my kid's dad getting mad at me. In all honesty, if I would have wanted to keep him, if I would have wanted to keep my kid's dad in my life, all I would have had to have done was do drugs with him. That's the only thing that really, really just irked his nerves about me. I wouldn't do drugs with him. I wouldn't partake in that lifestyle. Now, granted, maybe there might have been some sexual stuff too, that maybe I wouldn't have had a threesome or something like that. But the main thing is I wouldn't join him in the shit that he was in. I was like, I'll join you this far, but this is where my cutoff limit's at. Like, yeah, we're a couple and we're having premarital sex, but no. Like, this is where my cutoff limit's at. And, like, he didn't even really push for it or question it. Like, for the longest, he didn't even question it. Like, he just knew, it's just like, he just knew that was me. But then he started questioning, like, why won't you, and if you loved me, kind of. And he didn't even say it, but you could just tell the way that he acted towards me. It was like, well, if she really loved me, she'd do everything with me, and it's like, that's not love. That's not love. Love has restrictions. Love has boundaries. And so I wouldn't do it, and so that's the reason that he didn't even properly break up with me, and he just kind of like, came over one night, and we hung out, and he dropped me off at the house, and he told me good night, and that he'd see me later, and he never seen me again until all this time later, like, he didn't even have the nerve to break up with me because he knew, And maybe that's what I'm supposed to do. Maybe I'm supposed to be somebody that's supposed to hold people's asses accountable. Like, you can't... How are you going to come demanding something from somebody and you don't allow that person to demand of you? Like, you are the same as me. I'm the same as you. You are a human being. So am I. That's like my kid the other day, texting me and being like, I want my, and I was like, okay. Can I help you? Like, I mean, in all honesty, I didn't say that to her, but that's like the smart ass in me, because I'm like, what have you done for me? What have you done for me? And even though, yes, she's a kid, and I'm supposed to provide for her and all that, because I am her parent, but you can't even tell me after being gone for a year and a half that you miss me. You can't even tell me that you miss your pets. You can't even tell, and of your own free will, you can't even wish me a happy Mother's Day. You can't even, do any of these things that you used to do religiously. Basically. You dried up on me, and now you sitting here giving me attitude and giving me lip all the time and being like, leave me alone, leave me alone. Leave me alone or I'm going to block you. And then you reach out to me and you're like, hey, do this for me. Like, little girl, do you know who the fuck you sound like right now? You sound like your damn daddy. And I told his ass off too, and I'll tell yours off. Like, no. You ain't going to come at me demanding for me to treat you a certain way when you don't even treat me with any type of damn respect whatsoever. Like, I'll let people sit here and think that I'm some naive little dipshit, and I'll let them push me and push me and push me and push me until they think that they got me right where they want me. They think, boy, all I can do is now I can just snap my fingers and she's going to jump when I tell her to. And see, I do that to kind of almost... And I don't even do it purposefully. It's like it's just in my DNA to be that way. But I will humble your motherfucking ass, basically. Because you're going to push me so far. And I'm going to sit there and I'm going to be little Miss Fix-It. I'm going to fix it all. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be sweet. I'm going to be kind. I'm going to do every fucking thing that you want me to goddamn do. Until the very instant that you rely upon me. You rely upon me like I'm your damn life. to do everything for you that you want me to do. Yet you don't do shit for me. You ain't never cared about me. You ain't never cared about my dreams. You ain't never gave a shit to respect me on any fucking level. And then you gonna snap your fingers one morning or one afternoon, and you gonna be like, hey, do this for me. And I'm gonna look at you and say, hell no. And you're gonna stand there in fucking shock. And you're gonna be like, what'd you say to me? And I'm gonna be like, I said no. Why'd you say no to me? Because I have the right to say no to you. Well, I can't believe that. Well, tough. It just happened. I just said it. Like, I don't know why God's made me like that. I don't know what purpose it is, because I can't reach enough damn people like that. Like, in all honesty, everybody needs to be reached on that damn level, you know? Of, oh, you know, I'm supposed to be a slave for you, you know, and do everything for you, and then the day comes that I'm like, I ain't doing shit for you. Like, you ain't cared anything about me, and that's even, like, dealing with men, mainly. I'm sorry, but it's men, to a degree. Men are very much more disrespectful than women are. Men are the rulers of the world. The world is going to go into chaos. It's gonna happen. How do you think that's gonna happen if men are the rulers of the world? Wake the fuck up, people. Add it together. Use your common sense, you know? But that's even like right now. Like, I'm sitting here and I've been talking to this guy, Nomon. We've been talking a month. He's telling me that he loves me. He's telling me that he wants to marry me. All this shit. He asked me the other night what my last name was. I'm like, I done told you. I didn't even ask you what your last name was. I looked it up. I've known your last name since then. Ain't nobody ever gonna be able to ask me, hey, what's his last name? And me not know. I know what your last name is. Because I cared to know what your last name was. You don't even give a shit to know what mine is. I don't even think he knows the name of my freaking pets. I really don't. I don't even think he knows my daughter's middle name. In all honesty, I know he doesn't because I ain't gave it to him. And he was talking to me about how he wants his whole family to live together and all this other stuff. And, like, I get that the religion and blah, blah, blah is all, you know, it's different and stuff like this and everything. But I was just like, see, that's why when you've been sitting here saying, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, and I've been sitting here saying, stop saying that, you know, or I didn't even say that, but I was just like, sure you do, you know, like, I mean, I didn't say that even, but I was kind of had that attitude. I was like, And I was like, how do you know you love me? How do you know you love me? And he's like, I just do, you know. Men love things that they think that they can rule over at the end of the day. And most people innately love things that they think that they can rule over. And people love to rule over things. If you want to rule over something, get a damn pet. Get a fucking dog. Get a damn cat, okay? That's what they're created for, okay? If you don't believe me, you know, get a pet, get an animal, get something that's not human, okay? Not because they don't have souls. They do have souls. But because in the fucking Bible, okay? In the fucking Bible, where it talks about everything, and the most basic rules are that men rule the world, that men dominate the household, that men are the rulers of their household, and that the world is eventually going to come to chaos and fucking end. Guess what else it says? It says that animals, okay, we're supposed to dominate them. So you want to control something, you want to dominate something, that's what the hell you dominate. Now, I'm not saying to beat the shit out of them or anything like that, or be completely and totally immoral and cruel and harsh and shit like that. But I'll be damned, I whistle and my fucking dogs come. Okay? I can't do that to a human being. I can to a certain extent for a little bit when they're children, you know, but that's like even teachers that get mad at kids in school and stuff like that, and they end up screaming at them and all this, or they end up over-disciplining or over-punishing the fucking child because they're trying to dominate a living being The same fucking thing that they are. They're trying to dominate and rule over it, and it's not going to happen. It's not going to be that way. All you can do is show through fucking guidance. And where the fuck a lot of people have lost out on that, especially men. I'm sorry, because y'all supposed to be the rulers of the household. But then again, it's in the Bible that the world's going to go to shit. So if men are the rulers of the household, then who's taking us there? Men. But any fucking ways, and I'm sorry to all the guys that watch this. I'm sorry if you take offense to it. You know, if you do, you can get off my damn channel. I don't know what the fuck else to say to you. But it's common sense. It's black and white. It's there. It's written. And then even if it's not the Bible that you look at the world. Look at society. Look at the way society's been. Haven't men always ruled society? Haven't women had to come up and fight for what little bit of rights we do have? It's always been men. And men's egos usually can't take that. They usually cannot handle that at all. They're like, no, I didn't know any better, and all this. Okay, now if I'm sitting here and I am saying that men are going to be the rulers, and men are the ones that are ruling us into fucking chaos, into fucking revelations happening, okay? They're the ones doing that shit. Even though, yeah, I know all about the lesbians that are going to stand up against the angels and this and that, or what the fuck ever, and all this shit that I've been told by other people and crap like that. But at the end of the day, when God created the earth, when the earth came to be, when what the fuck ever, when Darwinism, any fucking thing, men ruled. Men ruled. Okay? Even if you just go science, men ruled. Male, alpha. Alpha over females. The ruler. The leader. The guide. Okay? So y'all, that is y'all's fucking position to do that. That is y'all's fucking role in life as a basic man to do that shit. So, with that being said, you're going to do that. And even science says that the world's going to end, right? So, okay, if the world is going to end and men have always dominated, then can they not be at fault for it? Now, am I saying that we should sit here and we should attack men as women? That we should come up against them and be like, fuck men, and be like, we need to get rid of all the guys, and they're all a piece of shit and all this. No. Because just as much as I can't help who I am, to my core values of who I am, they can't help what they were innately designed to do. So I applaud women that can stand by a man. Like, stand completely and totally by a man. Like, I don't see how the fuck y'all do it. I ain't got the patience. I ain't got the time. I'm glad y'all do, because I sure as hell ain't. I might for a man that can follow some certain, codes of ethic, like, type stuff, but for the most part, I ain't met one yet. I don't know about no man, but I applaud women that can stand by men. I applaud them, even the ones that try. Even me, I've tried. I applaud y'all for that. Because y'all are accepting a man as a flawed thing. You're accepting him fully for the flawed, damaged thing that he is. And that's a brave-ass thing to do. Now, am I saying that women are without flaw or women are without sin? No. No. But I'm saying a guy goes out here and cheats 10 damn times, and a woman goes out here and maybe cheat once. Because she's been guided by that man. That's the way we handle our relationship. And then should you even be mad at the guy if the guy is innately designed to put the world into chaos? So anyways, I applaud women that can stand by their men. Because I sure as hell can't. Like, I'll be honest. Like, if you gonna cheat on me, I can't stand by you. I'm sorry. I can't. I will kill you. Like, I can't stand by you. We done when I found out you cheated. We done. It's over. Door is shut, you know? But anyways, oh Lord, this world, I don't even know. Oh, did I even say that about my cousin earlier? I can't even remember. Anyways, I was talking about my cousin earlier that had a kid, and they ended up naming their kid the exact name that I had picked out. Except for they put it into two separate names, and I was going to have it as one as the first name, or so I thought or believed. For the most part, I was like, it's just going to be one name, and then maybe a different middle name, or I might separate it. And I remember even talking to my daughter about it. And then whenever I found out that they named their kid the name that I had picked out, I was floored, because that's just like my kid's dad, his youngest child that he actually had, was a name that they actually stole from me. Because I had a miscarriage before, and I told him the name, and he gave the name to this new baby whenever it come along. And then I'm like, you don't even know what the hell your damn kid's named after. I do. Like, dude, you fucked up. But anyways, I don't even know. God, I'm so stressed out. I'm so freaking stressed out. But my phone, my battery is not charging worth a damn at all. I'm trying to figure out how to go about doing for me what I need to be doing and being okay with it. Because the world tells me to not be okay with it. My grandmother tells me to not be okay with it. Just like tonight, my cat went outside. He's my fucking cat. He's going outside. And she come and she got him and she brought him back in. And she asked me like it mattered, but it didn't. It didn't. She asked me 2 or 3 times, you want me to take him in? You want me to take him in? And I kept answering saying, no, don't take him in. No, leave him alone. He's fine. Leave him alone. So she picked him up anyway, started to carry him in, and I said, well, if he wants out in 5 damn minutes, I'm going to let him out any damn way. I said, because he's my cat. And so she put him down, and he ran in on his own. She's like, well, he went in anyway. And I was like, okay. I was like, whatever. And it infuriated me. It made me mad. It's like, damn, can you have some friggin' respect for me? That is my cat. He is not your cat. And when I've had this conversation with her before, she's always been like, well, I'd hate for something to happen to him, and all this. And then she's tried to put it off on me and be like, well, I'd hate for something to happen to him because I know how much you'd miss him, Let me be responsible for my damn self, how about? How about you back off when I ask you to? How about you respect me as much as I respect you whenever you leave damn, piss or shit in the damn floor from your damn pet, and you don't clean it up for a few minutes, or you don't notice it, or you don't realize it, or just like the Swiffer, I got a Swiffer wet jet, and she's been like, show me how to put the pads on it, and I'm like, you just put the pad on it. Like, you just put it on. I don't have to show you how to put it on. I've shown you before. You didn't care to remember. Like, that's like even dealing with Nomon, and him asking, what's your last name again? Like, I can't even. Like, people have forgot how to actually love people. To actually care. And then that's even like my damn dogs. I was sitting here today, and my dogs is all laid up and cuddled up on me, and I'm just sitting here petting them, and my grandmother says to me, oh, now if you ever had to get rid of them and adopt them out. I said, I won't. She said, no, if you ever, I'm not talking about if you do, I'm talking about if you had to. I said, well, I won't have to. And she just kept on. She said, well, I'm not talking about if you do, I'm talking about if you had to adopt your dogs out. Wouldn't you want to adopt them out together if you had to adopt them out? And I was like, I won't. I was like, I'm not adopting my damn dogs out. And she's like, well, you don't know. You don't know what life has in store for you. You don't know what'll happen. You don't know. And I'm like, I'm not going to adopt my dogs out. And I was like, my dogs will live on the damn street with me if they got to. I was like, I'm not adopting my dogs out. Shit like that. Now, see, if she really cared about me, she wouldn't say something like that. If she really knew how to love me, she wouldn't say something like that. But she don't know how to love me. Because when you love somebody, you don't say things like that. You care innately about them. Like, you legitimately care about them. And I ain't met a damn person yet. But anyways. And that's the damn thing, too. Noman asking me what my last name is. He knows what my last name is. It's up on my Facebook. Then, the other Facebook, he friended me on. And so, he should know. And so, he's not even paying enough attention to know. Like, priorities, people. What do you prioritize in life? You know? And all these people, and maybe that's the reason, like, I'm so bad at self-love, is because I have to prioritize y'all sorry asses, because I have to be the damn example to teach y'all how to love. When you love somebody, you prioritize them. And now, granted, somebody might sit here and try to bring in shit about me and my kid, and me not having my kid or something like that. I still write her. I write her every damn week at least. I might have went 2 weeks at the most without talking to her. But I write her at least every week, I do believe. Maybe I might have skipped a few times 2 weeks. But I write her and I tell her that I love her. Even if she cusses me out, which she don't. But even if she's mad and tells me to leave her alone, tells me to basically piss off, you know. But not in that word. But she tells me to leave her alone, you know. And if I don't stop, she's going to block me and all this and everything. But I still tell her that I love her. Because I'm caring for her emotionally. Because I know she's going through a lot emotionally. I know she needs backup. And I got her. And she knows that. But if I was to stop writing her, she wouldn't know that. And I want her to know that. So even though she gets irritated with me, like a kid being told no to not touch the stove, you know, but they want to touch it because they're curious, I'm not going to let her touch it, you know. So I'm not going to, you know, stop telling my kid that I love her, you know. And that's what love is. And even though my grandmother, I get, you know, the whole, well, if my cat were to die and I'd be sad and all that. But let me take that responsibility on myself once I reach the point of adulthood, which I have a long ass time ago. That's even like my kid, whenever she stood in front of me the last time I seen her, and she's like, it's all your fault. And I wasn't expecting it to be like this. I come within a hair of being like, you did it to yourself. Because I literally sat on the couch that night that she left, and she was mad. And I was like, I'm going to sit here, and as a matter of fact, to prove to you that I'm going to sit here. And this is all you, and this is all your decision. I'm going to sit here on the couch. I'm going to put my hands up under my ass. And I'm going to sit on my damn hands. That way I can't even move my hands. And I said, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to let you do whatever you want. I'm going to let you do whatever you want. And whatever the consequences are of it, that's what you're going to have to deal with. And so that's what's been happening. And she get mad at me because she didn't understand that the consequences could be as bad as what they have been. Well, sorry. Just like me with pets before. I've let pets out before. I've picked them up off the damn road. Dead. You know? Like, I know what the risks are. Once a person knows what the risks are, once they've learned the lesson, they've lived through it once before, then let them apply that information how they want to later on in their life. Don't sit there and keep reminding them of the same repetitive thing. Oh, you let a pet outside, it's going to die, so never let a pet outside. You know? Oh, you let a baby walk and take its first few steps and it fell and it hit its head. Never let children walk again. Like, do you hear yourself? Like, people can't live like that. People can't grow like that. And that's even like Noman and what he said to me, because he's having some stuff go on or whatever, and like their family and their religious views and all that. Religious views, that's the reason I don't like them, is they're in a box. Religion said to do this 80 million years ago, so let's keep doing it. How's it going to grow? Oh, but it's not supposed to. It's not supposed to. Do you know how fucking insane that is? To say that something is not supposed to grow while everything else grows around it. That is deeming that thing God. So in that, for a religion that stays in a box and says, we did this 80 million years ago, or when the fuck ever, and we gotta do this same shit now. We did this shit 200 years ago. My parents did this 50 years ago, so I gotta do the same shit now. You are worshiping that religion. You are not worshiping God or higher power. Because if you were worshiping God or higher power, you would realize, and I'm even getting cold chills saying this because it's the truth. If you really were worshiping God, then you would know that He is the only thing that is stable. That's it. He is the only thing that can be unchanging. Now, am I saying that, like for me, for instance, my hairstyle can stay the same my whole entire fucking life. That's a small thing. But I'm talking about big stuff. Is big stuff happening in the world? Yes. Are big changes coming? Yes. I remember sitting and having to walk up to a TV when I was a little itty bitty girl and turn a dial. Now we got fucking flat screens, HD TV, liquid, like, who the hell knew? So how are you going to deal with that and yet stick to this religion and yet still want to tiptoe, put your feet into stuff? You can't do that. If you're going to stick to a religion, it's fine if you want to, but realize what you're signing up for. Realize what the hell you're signing up for. So if you're going to stick to a religion, then stick to it. Stick to it completely. Now, am I saying that, you sin, you mess up, you shouldn't forgive yourself? No. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself if you messed up. But you need to realize who you want to be. And you need to go out and you need to be that. And you need to do that. So all these people that want to be really into religion and follow it, by the book, or they want to follow it by the book, but then mix in little pieces and stuff like that. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. But anyways, I don't know. That's a long ass video. But I was gonna talk about a few other things. I do believe, I think I might have actually hit on everything for the most part. Talked about Nomon, talked about love, what love is to me, and how I view it. Talked about religion. Oh, my freaking phone. My battery. And me doing what I need to do. I didn't want to make this video now, but I was like, well, let me go ahead because my phone battery, is shit. It's not charging. Had it on charger all day and it's at 30%. And now it's below 30%. But, I don't even know, man. I don't even know. But, I don't know if it's the charge cord. I don't know if it's the thing in the phone. I know it ain't no viruses or shit. I've run 3 antiviruses, so I'm good on that. And I got my own stuff that I need to do to be taking care of myself and everything like that. But I am neglectful of myself. I'm not even going to lie. I know that I am. Because I try to show other people that I love them. So that way other people will show me that they love me. Because that's the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be an equal, even flow of love back and forth between each other. And unfortunately, we've reached a time and a day in society where there's the people like me that are the scapegoated, or the quote-unquote earth angels, or the quote-unquote, spiritual person, or the quote-unquote what the hell ever people want to call us. And we just give and 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 keep giving till we're fucking broken, we're fucking drained, and nobody gives it back to us. Or if they do, they give bits and pieces, but for that bit and piece that they gave us, they expect for us to worship them because they gave us something. Like right now, my grandmother living with her. I'm supposed to, be cleaning the house and doing the dishes and probably even cooking and, just all this stuff and it. Why? Why? To show you that I love you? Have I never showed you that I loved you before? And then whose fault's that if I never knew how to show you how I loved you because you didn't open up enough for me to let me know how the fuck I'm supposed to show you that I love you? Because all I was shown on how to love my grandmother and let her know that I love her is basically eat her food. As long as I eat her food and talk to her occasionally, I could probably go a max of 3 years without speaking to her and then just call her one day. As long as I do those things, and eat her food when I'm in her house, or eat her food when she brings her food over, then that's how I show love to her. And she's made it very apparent, especially about the whole food thing, because there's been times I'm like, no, I don't want to eat food. No, I'm not hungry. No, I don't want to eat food. And she's like, yeah. She's very persistent, because that's where she feels, loved from. Okay, you feel loved if I eat this massive ass amount of food even though I'm not hungry. I feel loved if you'll listen to me when I talk to you. And you'll take into account what I'm saying when I talk to you. And you'll respect my word when I talk to you. So when you say, oh God, if I move out, how are you going to make it financially? And I say, don't worry about it. Or you say, oh God, your cat came outside. And I say, don't worry about it. That's how you show me love. But nobody's ever been able to do that so far. Or if they do, it's always when I'm, not meaning it, and I'm like crying and I'm like, don't worry about it. But obviously, I want you to worry about it because I'm crying because I'm upset, But anyways, so I'm going to end this video here. I know it might be a lot of psychological mumbo jumbo that maybe some people don't get, and that's fine. That's fine. It's okay. I ain't got time to explain it all. But I'm going to end this video here. I hope everybody's doing good. Keep putting your best foot forward. Take care. And I'll catch you later. And I'm so glad that this video hasn't cut out like the others have the past 2 days. I don't know what was causing that, what the glitch was or whatever. But like I said, hope everybody's doing good. Put your best foot forward. Learn to love yourself. Learn to know who you actually are. That's the biggest thing, okay? Everybody thinks, everybody lives in this kind of scratched, like, surface level of what self-love is. Oh, self-love is doing everything that you want to do. You want to dye your hair. You want to cut it. You want to, shave your legs. You want to take a shower. You want to eat the best food. You want to. They think that that's self-love, but it's not. Self-love is actually knowing. Like deep-rooted consciousness, knowing why you're doing what you're doing and why you're wanting what you want. And then knowing that it is something that you want with a pure intention and purity from your heart. And it is a good reason that you want it. Because if it's a negative reason that you want it, then you don't want it. And you're lying to yourself. So people need to really focus on that and learn self-love. But other than that, I'm going to let you go. I hope you're doing good. Keep putting your best foot forward. Take care. Learn to love yourself, who you truly are. And I'll catch you later. Bye.